Hello and welcome to Live Action Rebels, our Star Wars Ahsoka Disney Plus original series breakdown discussion. Each and every week we've been talking about Ahsoka. We're here to do it once again. My name's Tom Blight. Joining me, Ashley Hobley.
Hey John, excited to be here for the mostly Ahsoka-less Ahsoka episode.
Yeah, and it's crazy because it turned out, in my opinion at least, to be the best of the season. What's that say, you know?
I mean, yeah. Speaks volumes, really.
Kind of does, actually. This week's episode, part 6, Far, Far Away. Directed by Jennifer Getzinger. Written by Dave Filoni, of course. Yeah, no, we get Ahsoka right at the start of the episode, but the majority of this episode we switch
in
back
the cold
over
open, and that's it.
Yeah, cold open, and then we're all with Sabine and catching back up. But we haven't seen her for like 2 episodes, right? 2 episodes, I think.
Yeah, we haven't seen the last episode. Yeah,
so feels fair. I just said how I felt. How did you feel about this week's episode?
Yeah, it was a really good episode. Like, obviously, this is the episode we kind of been building up to. We get to see the characters that they've been searching for the entire season. The baddies get to meet up with Thrawn, and Sabine gets to meet up with Ezra, and it was fun. Fun to see all these characters. Cool to see like this planet that I know it's like a galaxy far, far away, like completely separate, and yet it is clearly directly tied to mythology that we already know. But yeah, lots of fun, like expanding like the bad guys' motivations, like Ray Stevenson's character's motivations for why he's doing what he's doing, and then we get a bunch of cool creatures as well. So what could you want? Crabs. You think they're turtles?
I don't know. Is that thing a horse, a dog, a wolf?
I think it was a horse dog.
Horse dog. So lots of interesting creatures this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously as you just said, the highlights for most people, and they are highlights, is obviously getting to see Ezra, getting to see Thrawn. Yes.
When I watched the moment of them reuniting, I couldn't help but go, man, this would have hit harder in animation. It was like animated models, because this is an Ezra that we have absolutely no connection to. At least with the Sabine, we've had like
worked for me.
4 episodes. Yeah,
I don't know. It worked for me. So, like,
okay.
I got the. I feel like that's
just bought into. That's Ezra.
Yeah, I did, which is a testament, I guess, to the his line delivery sounded like Ezra to me.
Okay,
so dialogue sounded like Sabine and Ezra talking to me. Like. They didn't run up and hug each other because they wouldn't do that. Like, they would have that little smart ass back and forth. But I think everything sort of felt like how I would feel it would go. But I mean, the several reasons I mainly like the episode, but it is such a mix of, okay, so here's a brand new planet. There's fucking dead whales on the outside,
that's a cool idea. Like, you see the shot and it's obviously got like rings or debris around it. You think, oh, that's like Saturn. It's like broken up comets or whatever. No, it's a bunch of dead Purgles. That's what's rotating around the planet.
Purgles come here like once a year or whatever to
kill off all the old people.
Well, I assume that they just come here and the old ones just stay here and die. It's part of their cycle or whatever.
They just don't have the energy to hyperspace again. Jump again.
Yeah, maybe. But I like that as like it sort of helps them be like, okay, so I think Ahsoka is going to end up in the right place. Well, we know they are, but it also sort of like helps justify like how they would end up in the right places because you can just be like,
they were the end of where they go.
Yeah, you can just be like, that's where that was going anyway, sort of thing. So like you're starting the episode with that, and then getting down, and I just think that there's such like a mix of different emotions and stuff going on. It's just like seeing Thrawn for the first time. Like, I think they've done a phenomenal job with the music and the way the camera, like the direction of like the cinematography and framing and all that sort of stuff. Like he I think he comes across from the get-go. Like, if you don't know anything about Thrawn, it's like you're like, this dude is a scary dude, right? Like the way he's presented and stuff. Like he's given as much a bad guy entrance as Vader would or Palpatine. You know what I mean? Like it's just he's not just any other guy. Seeing Lars Mikkelsen in the blue makeup looks still not as good as animation because that's sort of, I guess, what I'm used to, but it still sounds like Thrawn because he did the Thrawn voice, of course. So that sort of helps with all of that sort of stuff. But yeah, like when you go from that to heading off to find Ezra, and I think I just loved, I was like, oh, new planet. Like I was like, new planet, new creatures, this wolf thing. And then I think the moment when I started realizing that I was really liking this episode is because like I was really loving the episode. I mean, I had Night Sisters at the start and all this like fucking weird shit going on for and whatever else. But the moment that like Sabine kicks those raiders' ass, and then they do a 30-second silly scene where she's trying to tell the dog wolf thing to fuck off. Like that's silly Star Wars fun to me. Like that felt Star Wars. That scene to me, like that's the sort of silly stuff that I kind of miss not having more of that amongst. It's like it's because you can go from super scary, here's Grand Admiral Thrawn, to her being like, you abandoned me. No, go away. Like, I want you. And just I love that side-on shot of telling it to go away. And it runs off frame, and then she walks out of frame left, and then it comes running back from frame right.
I mean, yeah, it is just, and you know what's coming, but it's still,
you know what's coming. It still works. Yeah,
yeah, it's just a perfectly paced scene, but it doesn't really add anything other than Sabine like forming a connection with this animal, but
that's what it does. It's just all I needed. That
that's all. Yeah,
funny little thing.
It's delightful.
Playing that into her bumping into the what were I guess we're saying they're crab people. Is that what we're going with?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen people say crab.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't think there's any way to clarify unless Dave Filoni's like decided to put a definitive answer out there. But I loved all of that. Just these weird little dudes. Or rocks, like the whole scene with the wolf like trying to eat him and licking him, and her like just talking to him, and like that again, that all just felt very Star Wars to me, and like those sorts of scenes I haven't had anymore. Like just trying, and he looked, at least not all of it, but that one when she was getting up close and talking to him, that looked like real to me. What do you think? It looked like a puppet or something. You think it's full CGI?
What, the crab?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think it definitely could be. Puppetry.
Yeah, it was just the close up. It looked quite. I don't know. It looked real to me. So
yeah,
which I quite enjoyed. Yeah, I don't know if all of them are when they get to the town and everything like that. If that's all the same story, but yeah, and then Ezra looks so good. He's got the beard now.
Yeah, he didn't have his lightsaber to trim himself, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. What do you want to? What stood out to you the most amongst anything like from Thrawn? Because there's a lot of we get to see him, but there's still a lot of questions. Obviously, it's like what's he been doing this whole time?
Yeah.
He's roughed up. His stormtroopers are roughed up.
He specifically says their numbers have dwindled.
Numbers have dwindled, but it doesn't sound like he's made any effort to chase Ezra, and I don't think he really gives a fuck. Like, and assumes he's just going to die out there.
Yeah, he thinks he's not that interested.
No, he's sort of given up, and Thrawn's a strategist.
Were you like me, and we were looking at the Star Destroyer when it like first showed up, and like looking, you saw like the repairs that they've done to sections, like from obviously
dodgy
big damage
repairs to. Well, I mean the destroyer was always going to be damaged because it was damaged when it got chucked through hyperspace by the whale. So, yeah. But it does make me wonder what else is out here that maybe they've been battling that's causing their numbers to dwindle. You know what
I mean? Well,
and then
the rebels and.
Well, I mean, they're just battling Ezra and couple crabs. Is that what's done all this? Dwindled their numbers down?
more whales, maybe, or or something else.
Yeah.
He's asking to use their dark magics again at the end of the episode. So,
seen a few people online already suggest that it could be a thing where they've been modifying stormtroopers or something along those lines to
because his old mate, his first in command with the gold face, something's up with him. It's got to be. He can't just be a normal dude.
Not with a mask like that, surely.
No, you don't give that a fancy mask to somebody unless they're, you don't differentiate them that much. Unless there's something special.
So. He just so his numbers are dwindling. He's been working with the Night Sisters. He's sort of been preparing for this moment though, because he's at least the Night Sisters had given him a foretold that this would happen, and said, other than the part of Sabine being there. So I guess he's been waiting for this day specifically.
I mean, they're definitely very reminiscent of the three sisters of fate from Greek mythology and that kind of stuff. So, all kind of have a hive minds kind of thing and looking into the fates and believing in the fates and that kind of stuff. I'm interested to find out what they're loading into the Star Destroyer.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Because it looks like tombs or coffins, catacombs.
Of what?
Of
got zombie stormtroopers.
Maybe, or zombie Dathomir.
Could be. I want to know how they got out there as well.
Who?
Night Sisters.
Or how they left that planet?
Well, I don't know. Have they been there forever? Or have they been there?
Well, the story that they said at the start is that's where they first came from.
Yeah,
and then
so are they original ones, or they are ones that
the
migrated to Dathomir?
The Great Mothers that you're talking about?
Yeah.
No, I think they've always been there.
Okay.
They're immortal or something. Yeah. But then they said that they would used to ride the Purgles was the thing.
Yeah.
And that's how they ended up on the new Dathomir. So.
Some fucking Dune shit, that is.
Yeah.
Right nerd.
I mean, what? Star Wars stealing from Dune? I can't believe it.
Crazy.
Spice, anyone?
Another little thing worth pointing out that I think is going to come into play over the next 2 episodes for sure. At the start, when the Night Sisters say they can smell a Jedi, that ain't Sabine. I'm pretty sure they're smelling Galen.
Balin?
Yeah, Balin? Okay, Balin. Yeah, Balin. Pretty sure they're smelling Balin. Sabine's no Jedi. Balin's a Jedi.
I don't know. They're specifically cornered.
I assume it's her.
Okay, so the sense of smell's off.
Yeah. We still don't fully get what his plan is. We know that whatever he wants is here. Has nothing to do with Thrawn. It's some part of a story that was told, as he explains, when they were kids, and this whole idea of another galaxy and whatever was just like a fairy tale, sort of a story that was told. As Hyung says at the start of the episode to Ahsoka and stuff, used to read these tales and whatever else.
Yeah.
But whatever's out there, I'm wondering if it involves Ezra in some way. I don't know.
I feel like there's something on this planet, like a temple or a beacon of some sort.
I mean,
something of significance.
Maybe I can go as maybe there's tales of entrances to what we now call the world between worlds, which has already been brought up this season. And Ezra knows how to access a door to that already. If he could access one of those, that's the same. Yeah.
So his motivation, it seems, is to end the cycle of good versus evil and swapping in between,
Yeah.
The swap of that power.
I mean,
ebb and flow of the balances of power.
if you go back and kill the first Jedi, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
or if you go forward and you make a young Jedi turn on his master, am I right?
Yeah.
Fill a certain Jedi with dreams of his
Yeah.
Padawan turning on him and making him strike him in fear.
No, that is not a thing.
Or resurrecting a certain emperor. Is that what's that?
No. What would he get out of that?
I don't know. Balance. A justification for 3 more for sequels.
I mean, I'm trying to. I feel like it's so weird because I've got Thrawn and everything in this episode, but I feel like Balin's like the most interesting character. Yeah, still. Just because I'm like, what is my dude's plan? Like,
yeah, what was it?
Like,
I love
could
the
you
line.
end the Force? Is there a way to end the Force? Like, if you turned off the Force, which is a weird thing to say, but like disconnected the ability of people to feel the Force, then there'd be no dark or light side.
The thing is interesting. Shin asks, "Do you miss the Order?" And he says, "I miss the idea of it, not the truth, the weakness. There was no future there." And we also learned that he was there at the temple when it, like, during Order 66, which I don't think
was general. We find out, yeah.
Yeah, so he was probably there when Anakin like killed everybody.
Oh,
he was there watching while Anakin like killed all the kids. He was in the corner, off screen, off camera. He was the one looking after the Padawans.
That's terrible.
That would change a person.
Down another road.
Yes.
My only annoying thing, the only thing I actually didn't like about this episode is, as much as I appreciated that Ezra and Sabine moment of meeting up, the moment after the whole hug and everything like that, where he's like, "Tell me what's been going on," and she's like,
Nah. I just want to live in this moment. Am I right? Let's talk about that later. You know, there's not any time of time crunch currently on us if we want to go home.
Yeah. That is the one part that annoyed me, because they have a time crunch if they want to get home. She also is not taking into account, and she assumes, and I don't know why, that
you'd be okay with
following them. You know what I mean? Like, none of that. There's also just so much that's gone on that I don't know how you mentally prepare someone to tell. Like, to put it in perspective, Ezra left the galaxy before episode 4. Right? He knows nothing of the original trilogy. So I even saw someone tweet, "Man, how's Ezra gonna," like, something was like, "Man, how's Ezra gonna react when he finds out about Alderaan?" Right?
Yeah.
He knew about Alderaan. He had friends from Alderaan.
Yeah.
Whole planet gone, right? Let alone everything else. Like, just even the small things. It's like, and you don't want to, like, you want to take this time. It's like, no, girl, fucking.
It's fine. There's 3 movies you can watch to catch up. But no, just leaving the the elephant in the room that, I really didn't come for you, or the main mission wasn't to get you, Ezra. It was to come get Thrawn. And our only way back really is with them. So, I think we all know where next week's episode's going. You expect Ezra not to have a good reaction to her?
I assume Ezra will have a horrible reaction to that. So
yeah.
I also wonder how Ezra, like, because Ezra was a kid who's been trapped alone, apart from with crabs, for for some time. You just got to wonder, like, how he's even like has this affected him? Like, what's his mental state? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I assume Well, she'll have to that'll have to be early next episode because we got to get the ball rolling. We got what? We got 2 episodes left.
We got 2 episodes left.
2 episodes left. There's not much time to go, and I'm still gonna say that they get left there. Like I said, I think I said last week or the week before that I assume they get left there. I don't know if that's the season finale they get left there, but I just think that them magically sneaking aboard their ship and tagging along so they get back, no. Obviously Ahsoka's and whatever are going to turn up and help them get away, but I think they have to work out another way, I think. Just because I think
they get on the ship. I don't think they're going to leave them. Well, it just depends on what is Balin's plan. That's going to be that's going to kind of shape everything.
To end the world, I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, to destroy the Force. I don't know. It's interesting because we assume that Balin will fail in what he's trying to do because we obviously know, the Force and Jedi and all that continue on. So. And the unbalance of the Force and the cycle of good versus evil continues. So, it's kind of undercut a little bit, but I'll be interested to see what he's trying to accomplish.
I said he's the secret MVP character of the season.
Yeah, and then he'd saying to Shin, she says, "Oh, you trained me to be a Jedi." And it's no, I trained you to be more than a Jedi. It's what's more than a Jedi? What does that even mean? What does it even mean, Dylan?
Oh. Good episode.
Give us the Balin animated series.
Then we go backwards doing animated series now. So.
I mean, it's the only way. So.
I just thought about how bad I felt when fucking Ezra goes, "Can't wait to go home."
Look on her face. Or the music this episode, really good.
Music every episode.
Even though the beep beep beep, it's very unsettling.
I know the Thrawn got his own little march thing. Yeah.
Yeah, was that? Yeah, I figured, was that from Rebels or something?
No,
you're not familiar.
No, Monsieur Thrawn. I don't know what it was.
Oh yeah, they were all chanting Thrawn.
Yeah,
it's and it's such a weird word to chant. I think it's it's stuck between 1 and 2 syllables. So it's
there's so many funny things I can think of, just Thrawn getting back and being like, "Oh yes, where is Tarkin? I must speak with."
What? What happened to the Emperor?
Yeah, he did what?
Wait, he doesn't even know it. Well, no, I guess he knew who the Emperor was.
Oh no, Thrawn was. Yeah, Thrawn knows the Emperor, and Thrawn was right hand talking to the Emperor.
What happened to Palpatine?
Well, that's the other thing.
What happened to his face?
Does he know about? That's it. Yeah, there's so many questions of, does Thrawn even know? Are we just assuming that's been filled in the episode at some point? Hey, when we get back, we lost.
Wait,
you've got to win the war.
That Death Star thing actually worked?
Yeah. Because, just so many interesting, weird questions. But yeah, no, really, really good episode. I definitely think it was the best of the season so far. It was just the highs and new and exciting things, and not just even the stuff that I knew was shot on the fucking volume still looked good.
Yeah, even the bandit fight, that was really good.
Yeah, that was bandit fight, choreography and everything was quite good for that fight. So yeah, I got real no negatives other than that. Just the logic behind Sabine at the end of the episode. Well,
I mean, it's classic,
Still,
classic denial.
It's not even denial.
Avoiding shitty situations.
Make one bad decision, just make it even worse. Just fucking tell. You've made the bad decision, now just
it's classic rom-com logic.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Let's just keep a secret as long as possible. It can't get worse.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it can.
Yes, it can.
It always gets worse.
All right. that'll do it for this week's episode of Holocron Entries. Again, of course, we got 2 weeks, 2 episodes left. Crazy. It's coming to an end very, very soon. Not too soon. And then we'll have a movie and whatever else coming. So it's basically all the continued Ahsoka story. I'm assuming it's the Thrawn movie, right? Like, I assume that's where we're going.
I can't remember. Yeah.
I think that's what we're doing.
I mean, they've announced that many movies that I'm not going to hold my breath.
All right. You can follow us on X by heading to explosionnetwork.com/Twitter. You can check out all the other podcasts on the Explosion Network, and you can say his name. Goodbye.